Okay, I am thrilled to welcome Kanako to the Sasuga podcast. So Kanako, please tell us who you are and what you do.
Okay. First of all, Helen, thank you very much for having me at your podcast. So my name is Kanako Machidori. I'm a human resources manager at American software company called MathWorks, where I support people to find their values, find what they really want to do based on their values, and find a way to do it. And by through HR processes, such as establishing the environment with the management teams, or other HR processes like trainings or developing, but then most of all, what I really enjoy is having the intimate conversation with the staff. That's what I really enjoy, and that's what I do at the company.
Oh, I love that. And I'm just thinking how fortunate your colleagues are to have such a caring HR professional. That is just so wonderful. So tell us, Kanako, first of all, your word of the year. What's that for you?
The word of the year, go with the flow and step out of your comfort zone.
And can you tell us a bit more about those?
Okay, so first of all, well, maybe most of you are the same, but I don't want to do the things that I'm told to do. So I want to do what I really want to do. So I really believe my instinct. Mm-hmm. So when I work, go with the instinct, mm-hmm. and everything goes okay. So I truly believe in my instinct. So I go with the guts, right? So mm-hmm. that's one. But if you don't act, being afraid of making mistakes, that doesn't make any changes. Mm-hmm. So I enjoy myself stepping out of comfort zone, even a little baby step, I really enjoy doing it. So and this has been what I've been doing this year a lot. At work or at private life.
Right, and you've probably been doing it for more than just this year. And what I'm guessing is that people who are listening to you now and who are watching you on the video version, they're probably thinking, wow, Kanako just seems so confident and amazing. So could you take us back a few years?
Oh gosh, okay. Well, first of all, okay. I was not confident at all years ago. Mm-hmm. So because I wasn't confident, I wanted to have the people's approval in everything. I was a people pleaser. When I look back, I didn't feel that way when I was there, but when I look back, I was a people pleaser. I wanted people to like me. Mm-hmm. And because, being something is very important. Being something meaning like 人事マネージャーとか、部長とか。That's in a corporate position though, but I thought it was kind of important things to be validated by other people. So I was collecting lots of certificates such as labor and social insurance attorney, 社会保険労務士とか、industrial counselor, 産業カウンセラーとか、career consultant, 国家資格のキャリアコンサルタントなんですね。So I was collecting those certificates to get the skills I want to be something that I feel valuable to others and to be validated by others. Mm-hmm. So that was me years ago.
Mm-hmm. And how did that work?
So I was getting something, right? So kind of like I was adding more clothes to look nicer. But in my heart, I wasn't feeling that happy because, although I have something around me, but the inside myself didn't change. So I felt like I was faking people. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I was deceiving people.
Mm.
So it was not nothing, but then people see me with the clothes on and the different things. So yeah, I felt that way some years ago.
That's very much like we talked about imposter syndrome on one of the other episodes.
Oh yeah,
That's with podcasts as well.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
so what changed for you?
So it's not just one thing that changed me. So it's over the years that I have changed and become who I am right now. So when I look back, I started receiving coaching back in 2015. And that's when, you know, the coach told me what I really wanted to do. But then I didn't have an answer for it because I always did something that other people wanted me to do, right? So I wasn't sure what I really wanted to do. But then so I was really comfortable being asked such a questions that if, you know, what do you want to do? So
Mm-hmm.
that's something, you know, I started in 2015. And then when I changed the job to current positions in that was also 2015, I thought I wasn't good enough to be an HR manager.
Mm-hmm.
I was always comparing myself with others, and then I always find something that I didn't have, but I thought that other people have. So, you know, that's when I thought that I wanted to get some skills, right? Again, the skills.
Mm-hmm.
So I started learning the individual psychology developed by Alfred Adler, where I learned the body and the mind are not separated, or emotions and beliefs are also not separated. All work together to get something that you want. Or, you know, people's problems or conflicts always made by the human relationship or communications. So I gradually started to look inside me instead of getting the skills I thought was necessary to be the person I wanted. And that was around when I met you, Helen, again after some years of absence. First, I met you because I was looking for some person who would do the presentation training. But it didn't happen for some reason. But then you invited me for one of your events. And that's the very start of the, you know, joining your community, Sasuga VIP Women's Coaching Program.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And you've been quite a fan, shall we say. So actually the program, as of recording, the program is in the 6th round, and Kanako has joined every single round of the program. So maybe you could just, like, some people are thinking, well, oh, clearly the program doesn't work if she has to keep coming back. Can you explain a little bit about why you keep coming back?
Okay, so just in case, this has been working with me a lot. So I'm here. It's not because it's not working at all. So I wanted to say that first. So the reason why I keep coming back to your, you know, community, Sasuga with VIP Women's Coaching Call, is that because every time I grow, so every round lasts about 3 months. So when I first joined last year, that was last year? Was it last year? So when I joined the first time last year, I wasn't sure what this was about. So, but then, you know, Helen asked me, what is your vision after 3 months? What is your goal you wanted to do? And I was like, well, I don't know, you know. It's so hard to decide what you want to have as a goal after 3 months. So that was the struggle I really felt first. So in the first round, I came up with an easy one, which was to lose my weight, right? because that was very tangible. It was very measurable. And then, but it required some work, like exercise, you're eating, less or, or clean, whatever. So I used that as a goal in the first round, and I made it actually.
Yeah, you did.
And then, it was within the 3 months.
It was early. It was you had
2 months or But then what I noticed back then was when I set up the goal that I really wanted to achieve, because I so focused on the goal, I can do it, right? And also, it's not just me setting up the goal and then, making efforts every day and achieving it, but then with the group, with the coaching group, there are other people who like a pacer at the marathon, who knows that I'm been working on it and who encourages me a lot. And then also when I do the Facebook Live, they just cheer me up. Oh, Kanako, you're doing great, or you look great, or your Facebook Live inspires me, or so I get the feedback and then questions. And so having the kind of what do you say, accountable partner in the group, that worked me a lot. So I thought it was, it works for me in the group compared to me working by myself without having any specific goal alone. So I thought it was a very big and good investment first. It was the first one, right? So I joined the second.
Can I just
okay?
Just say one thing as well, Kanako, just for people who are thinking, what is she talking about, this Facebook Live thing? So just to clarify, because it's obvious for us, because we've been in the group. For those who don't know about this, within the Sasaga VIP Women's Coaching Program, we have a private, a closed Facebook group so that we build the community in there. And one thing that I invite participants to do is to do a Facebook Live, which is private, into that group. And this is something that basically for anybody doing this for the first time, it's a step out of your comfort zone, because you're on camera, it's live, you don't know who's watching. So it's really kind of doki moment, but it's a great opportunity to step out of your comfort zone. And that's something that you did many, many times, right, Kanako?
Yes, I did. I really remember the very first time I did. So, because I made up my mind to do it, right? So, actually before, doing a Facebook Live for several hours, my heart was beating very fast, right? And even though that was in the group, so private group, I was very nervous to do it. But when I hit the button and did it, it was okay. And that felt so great.
Yeah.
I felt so much powerful. I felt that I could do anything else, right? Anything. So, doing a Facebook Live in the group also makes me feel powerful, doing some other things at work and some private. So you may not, the people who listen to this may not believe this helps me so much, but actually it does. So it did for me. Yeah. So that was the first round. And then the second round and the third round, I also, so even though I'm in the sixth round, it's not that my personal development journey is from here to here, in a straight slope. Does it make sense? There's an up and down.
Yeah.
So it's not just a straight to the North Star.
Yeah.
So in the second round and the third round, although I made my goals and I did the work, but sometimes I felt like I wasn't in the mood for doing it, or but then but because I invested in it,
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that I wanted to be in a group, and then I just kept doing it like a Facebook Live, or writing the weekly goal, or so I kept the work.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know since when, it's a fourth round or so, I kind of changed my attitude toward the group.
Mm.
When I look back, the first round was like I was waiting for someone, or like Helen, to give me the things that I want in the group, such as the regular training, classroom training. The instructor or trainers provide you the instructions, and you're learning, and you apply it to the actual word. So because I was used to that kind of training so much, so I felt a little bit, I don't call it struggle, but when I look back, I think I was undergoing that kind of a change in the first 3 rounds, from passive learning to, I would say, active learning, I would say. So since round 4th, I am more active in setting up the goal for the 3 months goal, or doing what I commit, sharing what I want to do in the group, or doing Facebook Live, or stepping out of comfort zone challenge, or so I did a lot of experiment in the group. I would say experiment. So I use this group to do the experiment. If you are out there in a corporate world, or in whatever, when you make a mistake, that's a mistake. But then if you can practice, or if you can do the experiment somewhere in advance, you can just make a mistake and then learn from it, right? So I use this Sasuga Women's VIP Women's Coaching Group as a platform to practice what I want. Can I continue speaking this, talking about this, or?
Yeah. Because I love this. This is exactly what a big part of my intention is creating a safe environment. Right? I think that's what it is that safe environment where, because if you're doing things differently in the workplace, you feel as pressure, and what if it goes wrong? But if you can practice or test out new things, new ways of being you in that kind of community, then you can say, oh, actually that's okay, and that then gives you that confidence, because you get confidence from competence from actually doing the thing. Then you can do the workplace.
I have a great example for making competence from confidence, by stepping out of comfort zone and repeating it. That was in my last round. One of the things that I really wanted to overcome was my story that I'm not good enough speaking in front of others. Remember that, right?
I do. It's so funny, and everyone's like, really, Kanako, you have that story? We're all looking at, because she speaks beautifully,
Well, I feel like I did, right? So I thought it was my weakness. So I thought I was not good enough speaking in front of others. So that's something I wanted. So that's that story that I had in me. So one of the action, I wanted to overcome that in my last round. So the action I did in that round was doing the Facebook Live every day to talk promptly without any script for about 3 minutes or 5 minutes in the group. So I practiced. But funny thing happened, right? So I thought that I didn't have a skills. So that's the reason why I practiced. But by doing it every day, repeatedly, I felt like, oh, I didn't need the skills, and I'm comfortable doing it. And then so the story I had some months ago kind of disappeared. It didn't happen overnight, but it gradually that happened, that I felt that way by doing a Facebook Live every day. So I may get nervous when I speak in front of others still, but I know that, I'm not good enough in speaking in front of others is my story. So I don't think that way anymore. It's not that I'm really good at it. It's different. It's totally different. I want to be better at it, so I still practice, but it's different from the thinking that I'm not good enough.
Yeah, it's so the feeling. It's like how you feel about it, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
it's totally. So that old story just disappeared in the last round.
Yeah. Love it. And now you can talk so relaxed. You're on video, you're on audio, and you're talking to so many people.
That's thanks to the Facebook Live I have done so many times in the group, I guess.
Yeah. So so Kanako, as we start to wrap up a little bit as well, what advice do you have for our listeners and viewers? Because I'm sure that many are listening to this and watching to this and thinking, wow, Kanako is just way advanced. She's totally got it all together. I'm still really nervous about doing things differently or being part of this community or something like that. What sort of advice do you have for those people?
Okay. So 日本語でもいいですか、ヘレン？
どうぞ。
So, first of all, I would like to share my favorite quote is everything is possible 100% of the time. So, すべてご自身が願えば絶対可能なんだっていうふうなことを私は信じているんですが、何かちょっと今の現実の生活とか仕事とかでちょっと変えたいことが何かわからないけれど、ちょっと違うとかしっくりこないとか、もし思うことがあれば、それは誰か人と話すこととか、絶対変えられるんですよね。だけど本を読むだけとか受け身だけの授業を聞くだけでは変わらないなと私は本当に痛感していて、ヘレンのコミュニティに入って、このさすが VIP ウォメンズコーチンググループに入って私が得たものは、もちろんそのヘレンがいろんなことをいろんなところで学んだこととかのシェアしてくださることとか、彼女自身が経験した体験とかに基づいて話をしてくれることもあるし、私のことを話す、実体験を話したりすることも、それによって他の人が話をしてくれたりとか、そういう対話の中で、変わっていくんだなってことをすごく感じたんですね。実体験をシェアする、共有する、それに基づいて、私も同じような体験したんですとか、こういうふうにしたらどうっていうふうな話とかを、皆さんとすること、その対話によって変わるっていうことが、そういうことを経験されたことない方は、本当かなと思うかもしれないんですけど、本当なんですよね。だから、もちろんワントゥーワンのコーチングでも得るものはいっぱいあるって思いますが、それで得ることもあるけれども、このグループで得られることは、10人いれば10人分の視点とか経験とか、その人の人生に基づいた話とかが得られるので、そういう視点や目線やアドバイスっていうのはとってもありがたいし、何よりSo inspiring 刺激になるんですよ。で、やっぱり人が行動を起こすのに必要なのは刺激かなと思うんです。そのモチベーションだけじゃ動けない。変わりたいと思っても変われないけど、外的刺激があるとやろうって行動につながるような気がして、私はなのでVIP のコーチングコールバイウィークリー土曜日にあるんですが、その土曜日の土日とかがもうすごくインスピレーションがあれしようこれしようとかなって、もうふわってひらめきもいいし、行動が変わってきたのはそういうグループでの対話で、ここでこういう対話ができると他の場でも対話ができる ことが分かったり、なので、私は会社で人事をしていますが、例えばマネージャーとか社員の方とかとこう対話を通じてこう刺激を与えることの効果を身に染みて分かっているので、意識したりとか、すごくこう波及効果がいろんなところであるんですね。なので、この場に書いてもヘレンにはThank you very much, Helen です。
Thank you. I mean, I really strongly feel that as well. That this power of community, of sharing, of of talking with each other. What I see so often is that one woman will come into the group thinking, having these stories and beliefs, thinking that she's not good enough in something, and then hearing a similar story from another woman, and that gives her that opportunity to know that it's okay. It's like not on our own, and then also to see the new possibilities and to support each other. Yeah, so powerful.
And then one thing, I still think that I still have an area, that I still continue developing more and more. And some years ago I didn't feel like there is any space for me to grow, but then now I feel like I can be more powerful, I can be more impactful for others. So that's the power that I have received through the group and the people in the group.
Yes. Love it. Love it. All right. So as anything else that you want to share before we wrap up this episode, Kanako?
I think I pretty much covered what I really wanted to say, but again, what makes you change or to be the person you want is that you just step out of your comfort zone and keep doing it repeatedly is the key. So that's I really experienced and share it with you. Oh, that's all.
I love it. I love it. All right. Thank you so much, Kanako. It's been such an inspirational conversation. Really enjoyed it. Great to chat with you. And thank you so much. And let's get back to more stepping out of our comfort zones.
Oh, great. Thank you very much, Helen, for having me here.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.